How's it going, everyone? Hope you've all been having an awesome weekend. Tonight I'm talking about the 2023 Indonesian horror film Primbon, directed by Rudy Soejarwo and currently streaming on Netflix. Like several other recent Indonesian horror entries, it's set in a small village surrounded by forest, and it's about a young lady who goes missing in the forest for 7 days, is presumed dead, and then shows back up unexpectedly one night on her own. But while some people are certainly overjoyed to see her again, many others are suspicious and even superstitious that this girl might not actually be herself. Probably not going to have a heck of a lot to say about this one because I was unfortunately a bit let down in the end. First of all, to give credit where it is due, the story and basic premise are interesting. The movie is very atmospheric, it's well shot and well acted. There's one moment involving a very simple but effective trick with a mirror that really caught my attention, along with some convincingly gross imagery scattered throughout the movie. This movie's version of an exorcism and the superstition surrounding it is done in a way that feels very original, ethnic, and authentic. There's just honestly not a substantial enough story here to really make something of all these assets. This movie is just under 90 minutes and it still feels long. I can appreciate that they were kind of going for that Ty West approach with a simple story that's on slow burn. But even though Ty West certainly likes to take his time, he also knows how to write important events at the correct points to effectively punctuate and enrich the narrative. In Primbon, even very basic first and second act setup kind of stuff is still being discussed and dealt with at the 1 hour mark. This is unfortunately a movie that is all setup and no payoff. There are vague hints of possibilities, but none of them really go anywhere. Nothing gets confirmed for sure. And because we don't get a lot beyond the initial premise and setup, this ends up feeling almost like an extended director's cut of a proof of concept or something like that. Narratively, I think this whole thing could have been resolved in about 20 minutes, honestly. Maybe it would have worked better as a short film. Who knows? There's also a pair of very tropey, unconvincing scare moments, like to the point where I was almost wondering whether or not the movie was trying to be ironic. I also think the whole village dynamic was pulled off a lot more interestingly and convincingly in another Indonesian horror film that I reviewed not that long ago called Bayi Ajaib. It's seldom I come to an Indonesian horror film that I feel like I can't recommend, but I cannot wholeheartedly recommend Primbon. It starts off feeling like it's going to be a lot of fun, but it ends up being an underwhelming horror film that has no real sense of urgency or purpose. But hey, this had to happen sooner or later, right? Even Indonesian horror filmmakers are only human. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep your eyes on the channel for more new content in the coming days, and I will catch you later.